What's up, YouTube? My name's Dakota. This is a painting that I was working on for one of my friends, and I decided that since I was doing this painting, I would go ahead and make a quick YouTube video of it. This is a painting of a sea turtle, and I decided that I would start the painting with a nice warm orange undertone. Later on, I decided that I would actually leave it that way. I was going to go back and paint it blue, but I decided after working on this that I really like the orange, and also the person that I'm doing the painting for, I found out they like the way the orange looked too. For this painting, I'm using a golden acrylics paint, and I'm mixing it with a glazing medium, also by Golden. I've never used this paint before, but there's a lot of other YouTubers that use this paint that I've seen. I really like the kind of work that they do with it. The colors are really saturated, and it's got a nice like fluidity to it that allows it to kind of glide on the canvas really well, and I really like that. Part of the problem with filming this video, as you might notice already, is that there's going to be a little bit of a glare over part of it, just because this paint does have that glazing material in it, and I do have a light shining on the painting to kind of help me see. You'll notice that in parts of the painting that I kind of rework it quite a bit, because as I'm mixing that glazing material with it, it makes it a little bit more transparent. So I kind of go back over parts of this painting quite a bit. In the beginning here, I'm not really thinking too much about the colors or really even the value. I'm kind of just getting some paint down, experimenting, and just kind of seeing how this paint lays out. And I'm going to put on some music, and I may come back in with some more commentary later on. So at this part in the painting, I'm really starting to feel like this is coming together quite nicely. I'm starting to lay down some of those darker values in the scales, and I feel like that's really starting to bring things together quite nicely. In the past, I've painted fish and snakes and things with scales before, and it's a lot of fun to just kind of get lost in the working on the details of that kind of stuff. You'll notice me kind of fighting with a couple of things here while I'm working on this painting. One of the problems that I've had in the past is that while the paints that I'm using to do this with are fairly expensive and nice quality paints, the brushes that I'm using are not that great. And one of the problems that I've had is that the hairs of the brushes will sometimes break off and get stuck in the paint, and then you'll probably notice me at times kind of going back and trying to pick out some of those little fine hairs that break off in the painting. At this part, it's really just kind of building up the textures in the skin of the turtle, and then I'll start working on the shell here in just a few minutes. I hope you guys are enjoying watching this. If you like my style of artwork and you enjoy watching me do these paintings, if you could leave the thumbs up on the video, I'd really appreciate it, and maybe just let me know in the comments. I'm hoping that in the future I can do more of these videos. I really like doing this. I also find that it kind of helps me, just as an artist, to kind of look back and see my process and kind of how I work on these different paintings. I think my process and kind of the way that I envision myself painting on these is probably a little bit different than the way it actually happens. I tend to jump around quite a bit more than what I envision that I do. Sometimes I kind of bounce back and forth between the shell and the texture of the skin and different things. So what I'm doing here is I'm just laying down an extra layer of orange paint on the canvas just to give it a little bit more of saturation, and then to just kind of darken the paint a little bit. The other thing I'm going to do here is just paint the sides of the canvas. I feel like that gives it a little bit more of a completed look. And then after this, the only thing left to do is to just sign the painting, and then I'm going to let this thing dry for a week or two, and then apply an isolation coat and a layer of varnish. Thank you guys for watching this.